Hey everyone, here we have Lego Friends. This is set number 30417, contains 57 pieces, and it is unnamed. So I'm assuming we're just building a flower in a pot with a butterfly. This is one of those poly bags. You can get a free ticket to Legoland. Well, I never can find anybody who would like to go to Legoland. So, those are kind of useless to me. Most of my friends rather do things that I can't mention on YouTube. So Legoland is kind of a lost thing there. Alright, let's take a look at the... Well, it fell on the floor. The instruction manual, so that's got to be a hint there. So it is a little... It's probably one of these sheets of paper. Yes, that's exactly what that is. Alright, put that away. Alright, let's see what kind of parts we get in here. So we obviously get a 6x6 round plate and one of these are 2x2 modified plate. These are also known as a parabolic ring. These are great for making trees. So if you buy a bunch of these poly bags, there you go. You got the support for your limbs. Got a couple of 3x3 heart plates, a plate with a holder, and one of these. I am not sure what this is, but obviously it's got three things with a cross hole in the middle. And we got a few of these type of bricks here. These are good for making columns and facing them off with tiles. Also got some of these, I think this is dark azure, 2x2 by 2/3 plate with dowel. So you get a couple of those. 4 in total, it looks like. Alright, well these are new. I've never seen these before. So these are almost the same as these, but they're got corners. What would you use these for anyways? Something like that maybe. Pretty cool. I've got a couple ideas for those. And some cheese slopes. You got a couple of these in transparent black. Ooh, look! Even some heart tiles. Oh, I don't know what to use those for. And we got some quarter round 2x2 tiles. I wish these were in another color than aqua. Oh, here we got a modified 2x2 plate with stud or a jumper round plate. I don't know what you call those. And we got several of these 1x2 by 1x2 upwards angular plates. And I did get a question asked, where do I get my part names from? Most of these part names come from the official Lego website, you know, like through Bricks and Pieces and Pick a Brick. So that's where I get my part names from. We get how many of these do we get? Just one? I wish that was not in that color. That's like dark pink. And you get some round bricks and some leaf pieces, only 2. Well, that's not cool. I need some more of those. And one of these little minifigure things, like an accessory. Honestly, there is not really a whole lot of, you know, useful parts in here. Maybe some of these could be used for vehicles. This could be used for making trees, but other than that though, there's really not a whole lot in here. Well, now you know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to build this live on camera. So I'm going to call these live builds, because they're not going to be speed builds or scripted builds. These are just going to build until it's done. And so these go like that, and you got to make 4 of those. And, you know, don't get me wrong, something like this, you know, these, it depends on the mock builder. Some of these pieces can be very useful. Like this stuff here would be great for making vehicles like cars and trucks. So a lot of those do use these type of parts. But if you're building like a house or a building or something, well, a bit lacking. Let's see here. Alright, we got to get some of those leaf pieces, and okay, I don't have these little stud flowers in this color. Pretty cool. Oh, and if I sound tired, well, that's because I just got done with work and I'm just doing this before I go to bed. You know, that's how it is. Oh, you know what I forgot to put in here? There's some tiles that go down here. Whoops, I've been jumping ahead too much. So you know what I'm just going to do? Pop those off there. Does it even really matter, huh? Well, I'll stick that in there. Sometimes I do that. I build a little too fast, or just mainly because the build seems a little bit dry and boring. You know, I'm going to be honest. This is mostly just something you'd sit down like on a shelf or on a desk, just as a novelty item, like something you could just stare at. But for, well, you could possibly use this for maybe a mock or something. Okay, so these do go here, like that. See, I'm jumping steps again. So if you actually have the step, you probably already know that I'm jumping through things. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. We gotta grab this and feed in 4 of these. Somebody had mentioned they sound bored doing these half the time. You know, I like to build things freehand. You know, I'm not a set person, and in our Let's Build It community, you know, I'll have a link in the description for a Discord if anybody would like to join. A lot of people in there are set builders, and I'm like, I'm mostly interested in building MOCs. Some people like building sets. I mean, yeah, I guess to each his own, but for me, I like to just freehand stuff. And it's like building my tutorials. Oh, wait, we're not done with that yet. I was going to say, looking at the very end page here. When I build my tutorials, they're really not really meant for anybody to copy them. Tutorials are really only meant, you know, for me to preserve my ideas, you know, and to pass them on to you guys and gals. Let's see here. So these go here. So you know, these little corner tiles, I don't know what I would really use these for, but I mean, I guess if you want to make more flowers, you could. And these go here. We got to make 4 of these, and they go on like that. Okay, I thought maybe I was looking at it wrong, but no, that's how you do it. And see, when I do my tutorials, I always tell you what the parts are going to be for. Sometimes, like, I'm going through a Lego build, and I'm like, why are we putting this piece here? And there's no rhyme or reason, you just do it. So there's your flower. Honestly, now, this is not my cup of tea. I mean, this is just, like I said, this would be great to set on a desk or something, but not for anything else. For me, anyways. You know, friend sets used to be really cool. You know, a really good source for parts. But now they're just, they're not really, you know, I used to always tell my viewers, like, hey, you know, get friend sets. They got great accessory pieces. Well, it depends on what it is. It's now they're like, yeah, this is not really fun. Although this is not a bad little butterfly. A little too large to put in a Lego City, obviously, but yeah, put that right there. And then we got the hearts that like to fall on the floor. Maybe that's a sign to say, hey, Jay, don't do any more of these reviews. So this is just like a live review, vlog, rant, whatever you want to call them. Some people hate my rants. I try not to do them too much. And this goes on the end here, like that. And we have a bunch of little pieces. And this just sits on here. So I think you would just put that in there. It doesn't really show you. I can set that in there. Now, that's good enough for me. So all in all, it is a nice little adorable build, maybe for a young lady builder, but other than that though, for an adult, especially a guy like myself, I'm not really interested in these flower sets. But other than that though, it does look like the picture. And, you know, honestly, if you're looking for some bright, colorful parts, this would be a good gold mine if you could pick a few of these up. But, you know, for me, or anybody who likes building houses or cars or trailers, you know, it's a bit lacking. But in that, though, it's not a bad build. It's just not my taste.